Well, hi, everybody. This is Gene from CommerceBlend. Just to let you know that we'll be sharing a recording of today's session. And if you have any questions that come up, we highly encourage this to be an interactive discussion. There's a little Q&A tab at the bottom of your Zoom or RingCentral console. You can click on that and type questions at any time as we're going through this. And so today, CommerceBlend, most of you are already familiar. CommerceBlend is a community of merchants that are bringing together thought leaders from the community to really help merchants to grow your business. And today we're very happy to present inflo.Ai. They can help generate both volume and quality of content, unlike what we can do by ordinary means. And this can also help with your SEO, optimizing blogs and other content. And so we have thought leader Adam Benzecrit here from inflo.Ai today to go through how you can achieve improving your content and also get more traction in different mediums. So without further ado, I am going to hand the reins over to Adam. And Adam, thank you again for joining today.
Thank you very much. And hello, everyone. And welcome to the session, and delighted to be here. I'm going to start by sharing my screen. There we are. So you should be able to see the platform in front of you. But to give a bit of an introduction before we kick off, just to explain what we do. So as Gene has quite rightly put, we are inflo.Ai, and we make it easy for in-house marketing teams to create effective and original SEO content much easier and much more efficiently that has been done ever before. So the team, which has been around, and I started the company, one of the founders, I've been working on this project for about 6 years, and our mission has been to make it as easy and as compact and as simple as possible for marketing teams, in-house marketing teams, to create original and effective SEO content. So before I sort of explain and walk you through the platform, which is the purpose of today, and show the different features, which as a SaaS company, as a tech company, we're forever growing and always adding to our Trello board of wonderful ideas from our clients. What I want to do is really start by explaining how it really works before delving into the features. And so that's clear for everyone on this session. So I want to start with, firstly, the power of content. So we're here to promote organic growth. So we make it exceptionally easy for you to create original and powerful SEO content. Now, the difficulty with that is, how do you really benefit from organic? How do you get started? How do you know what you're writing is going to rank? Now, there are so many questions that we all have as marketeers on a day-to-day basis to really, how do we leverage the benefits of organic? And as a marketer and within our armory, we know that business blogging is an exceptionally powerful way to engage with our audience. So we work with a number of different verticals in industries. So that includes professional services, whether you're an accountancy firm or a law firm or a recruitment company. So we work with professional service companies. We also work with technology companies and tech B2B companies, and also in sport and leisure. But our technology is very much vertical agnostic. Now, if you're a marketeer in any of those sectors, or indeed any sector, you will know and you will firsthand understand the struggles of creating content, creating good quality SEO content that's going to help you be found online and allow you to connect with your audience on a day-to-day basis, on a weekly basis. So if we start with understanding the content process and really boil down the process into the sort of different constituent parts, I'll then explain how we aid and facilitate companies with creating effective content. So within the content process, as I say, there are a number of steps. The first step is research, of course. Research is a huge part of the content process. That involves keyword research, which if you're a marketeer or you will know if you've sort of employed an SEO agent or worked with an agency, an SEO agency, you'll understand the pains of understanding what are your primary keywords. Are you using the right keywords? Have you thought of monthly search volume and knowing your position in that? So research is the first part, which is hugely time consuming. Now, the next part of the content process is organization. So organization is obviously exceptionally important. Having a content calendar that is efficient and filled up, and not creating one post and then sort of letting things go stale. It's exceptionally important to stay on plan and have a content calendar. The next part of the content process is creation. So that's you, obviously, as a marketeer, putting in your own brand and own tone onto the piece of content, which can obviously come from you as a marketer. And then the step before publishing is around optimization. So have you thought of adhering to SEO best practices? Have you thought of your word length? Have you thought of active voice or consecutive sentences that are all going to help you create a better organic content? So if we sort of surmise those points, it's research, number one. Number two, organization and thinking about your content calendar. Number three, creation, adding in your tone and brand, then optimization, and then publishing. So it's a long and painful process is what I'm saying and what you will be familiar with. So the point and purpose of inflo.Ai is to streamline the bewildering content process and make it much, much easier. And I guess how we differ to other tools is exceptionally simple. We really take a one tool approach. So other tools, whether you're using SEMrush, whether you're using Moz, Curator, Publish This, for those different parts of the process, those other tools focus really on one part of the process. We take the view and the thinking that as a marketeer, you want to obviously maximize your output for any given time you're writing content. So why not connect the dots and have an end-to-end platform that allows you to create content in one single tool and one interface? And that's exactly what we've done with Inflo. And that's why we like to think we're offering value to our customers who are forever testing us and making sure we're adding the best possible features. So that's the kind of an intro to who we are, what we do, how we help. What I'd love to do now is use the rest of the time to actually show you guys and those who are on this session, the technology, which is always really what you've come to see. So the first thing I want to do is say this screen that's just been sat there for the past few minutes is inflo.Ai. This is the software that we've built. So firstly, this is the dashboard. And the dashboard includes a few different sections. So that's your newsfeed, which is where you can find interesting articles. You've got the board section there, which is all about organizing your content calendar, which we said is the second part of the content process. And then within the My Post section, you've got an inbuilt editor, a smart editor, and an inbuilt content checker, which is there to optimize the performance of the post that you're writing. Now, before we head into every single feature that we've got, which I'll show you, I want to say that every single account that we configure is personalized, is customized, and we work with you to make sure we're helping you build a content strategy that is robust and number one is going to help you rank. That means you don't have to speak to so many SEO experts. This is a low cost tool for you guys to have a content strategy in one place and have the armory and toolkit to create content quickly. I want to start now with account settings. So there's two parts of account settings that I want to run through quickly. Number one is sources, And the second one is your keywords. So sources is really your list of trusted publications. So if I click on sources, and while that lovely triangle loads, what will load up is the list from A to Z of the trusted publications that are pre-enabled in your account for you, as you can see. So if I scroll down, you'll probably see the ticks and checks that are there. And what these are, as I said, are the trusted publications that are bringing you inspiration in one place to help you do your research quicker. Now, in terms of account setup, we do that all for you, okay? And if you want to add a new source, that's very easy. www, as an example, add new source.com, hit request source, you'll get a notification. There it is. Always dangerous doing a live demo, but we got away with that one. That will send a notification to our team and we'll add that source within 24 hours. And what I should mention is the number of sources you want in your account, the number of trusted publications in your account is unlimited. So there's no worries around having enough inspiration. The second part of the account setup process is us recommending primary keywords that are relevant for you. Okay, so here are some examples here. So this account that is set up here is actually for one of our accountancy firm users. And in this case, as some examples, bookkeeping, R&D tax credit, and business advisor. Again, these are pre-enabled for you, and the keywords that are set up, primary keywords, are data-backed and opportunities that based on your strategy and your focus that are most relevant for you. Okay, great. So the next part, there's kind of three things to run through in the session and in the remaining part of this demo before I hand back to Jean and the team. So that's the newsfeed, the boards, and the posts. Right then, so Inflo, how do you actually help me write effective content? I want to start with the newsfeed. So in your newsfeed, you've got two sections, and how we've structured this is to make it as intuitive as possible. You've got your articles at the top based on your keywords. So that may include bookkeeping, R&D, which are configured in the account settings, as I've mentioned. And the second part of the newsfeed are the kind of macro topics and categories that we think, and that are not just think, that are relevant for you, based again on the setup. So an example here, business and finance, and technology and science. What I want to do now is create an article about bookkeeping though. Let's pretend I'm an accountancy firm. I'm the marketeer within there. Let's create an article about bookkeeping. So I clicked on the bookkeeping tab, and what's loaded here is a list of content and articles that are organized by date order, all for you in one place. So you're not doing that research going to different publications. They're all here for you. At this stage, I don't want to worry too much about the actual content, the relevancy of the content. I just want to show you the feature set that you have within Inflo, as obviously the relevancy of an account would be totally personalized. So in this sense, let's just say this one here, this article here, AI innovations to help accounting professionals thrive. An interesting article. Now I hit the read summary button, and what loads is a generated summary. So we've been working for half a decade on leading AI technology, which means we're able to create a quick synopsis and summary of every article that's pulled through our system automatically. So if you click on any article, you'll get an automatic summary, which is AI generated to help you save time. Giving you a quick snapshot, and if it is interesting, of course, you can read the full article. As you can see on the left-hand side of the screen is the summary, and on the right-hand side of the screen is the full article pulled from the original source, accountex.co.uk. Looks interesting, and there's the original link at the bottom. And if you want to save this article to your board, that's clicking this button here and clicking on the bookkeeper board. Now, boards, to remind you, is where you organize your research and insights into one place, making sure that your research is there to help you create content quickly and efficiently. So in this case, I'm going to save it into my bookkeeper board right here in this demo, and hit I'm done saving. As you can see here, there is a breadcrumb feature. So you've got your dashboard, your newsfeed, your keywords, and your bookkeeping. I'm going to return to my bookkeeping search because I'm writing an article about bookkeeping. And I'm just going to pick an article that looks of interest. As I said, relevancy, don't worry at this point, just the features. This looks interesting. I'm going to read the summary. Yep, looks interesting. It's got a quote in there that I can use. I'm going to save this article to my board, bookkeeping. Great, I've saved. And then paragraph 3, let's add one more. Let's just say this one here. Looks interesting, save to board. Great, and it's given me a message there that it's saved. So moving on to the second of 3 parts of the demo is boards. So boards, as I said, is where you organize your research simply into one place. And the boards include as many boards as you need, but you can name them what you need to, relate to your keywords or whatever really helps you organize your writing process. And in this case, we've been saving content into the bookkeeper board where you can, if you want, add a description to help collaboration with your colleagues, if you need to, or a reminder what it's for. And as you can see here are the 3 articles that I've just saved into my board that I know are relevant to my primary keyword bookkeeper. Great, so that's all in one place. Okay, so what's next is posts, and in posts is all about creating the content. So really, obviously onto the sort of the key part of things. And how does this work? You're probably thinking. So you've got 2 sections for the posts. You've got the draft posts, and again, it's unlimited how many posts you can create. And then the published posts for what's been published. And in terms of where you can publish to, we have our own WordPress plugin, but for those who aren't on WordPress, we connect via Zapier, obviously one of the leading integrations software to connect with different CMSs, different content management systems. But for WordPress users, very much happy days. So what I want to do now is create a new post. Okay, so in this section is, again, more functionality to talk through, but giving you the toolkit in one place to help you create content fast. Title, so what I want to do here is really talk you through the features you've got. So obviously, as an example, bookkeeping in 2020, 5 things you should know. Just made up a title there. What I want to do now is draw inspiration from my boards. So I open up my bookkeeper board, and what I'm going to do to make sure the research and insight is in one place is take bits from each. Now, those of you thinking, hold on a second, what about originality? How does that work? I'm going to get to that and cover that in the next part, in the next section when we go back to posts. So hold that thought. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is take a summary from this post here, because I know that's relevant. Open up my posts and just paste that into the editor. And we'll get to this funky Seo scanner in a second. But what I'm going to do is jump back into the boards, open up the second article this time. And what I'm going to do is find an interesting quote. So as an example here, here's a quote from Richard Anning, the head of tech faculty. And I want to take that quote. Now, obviously in this demo, I can't create an article in 5 minutes. Those of you thinking, where is my full article? What I am doing is showing you the features. And on average, it takes about 50, just over 50 minutes to create at least a 600-word article with Inflo based on our customer base. And then finally, third article, I'm going to take the summary again. Okay, so I've gone into boards, open up the summary, and now I'm putting that piece of research in one place. Okay, lots going on here. The Seo scanner is telling me something. This is the content scanner I mentioned before, but I want to whip through the features that are in the tool and the features that are in the editor now as well. So look, lots of things going on. If you do want to create a title or a subtitle, you've got all that functionality here with headings, obviously your usual bold, italics, and underline. Now, if you want to backlink a source, that would be possible. For example, let's backlink this source, which was from accountex.co.uk, I remember. Hit the link button, add that to there. Great. So that's all coming together. And as this is an editor, obviously you'd be writing around original content, adding in your brand tone as you're writing. As I said, I'm here to just to show you the features today. And also on the left here is obviously a place where you can add imagery. So we pull imagery from Pexels, so it's all protected for usage. So as an example, let's go for accountant. Lots of imagery here, very good. Let's find this one. Let's go for that one. It's relevant. And then there you are, that's loaded. Great, so that's all protected for usage, great. And then what I wanna do then is show you the functionality within this bit of kit here, which is the Seo Scanner. So I click on View Full Analysis. This brings up a nice little dashboard with some hints and tips advising you on SEO best practice and making sure you are heading in the right direction for a post that is optimized and is going to help you rank. Okay, so what it's telling me is what it shows you is 8 different modules. So you've got reading ease, you've got sentence length, all the way down to overall post length. You can see here, there's 8 modules and you want to get every single one to green. And whether it isn't in green, it will show in red or yellow. And let's just click on this one here, paragraph length. So paragraph length is showing in yellow. And what it advises, the tool is telling you, you need to write less than 150 words to actually rank online. That's important. If you write more than 150 words in a paragraph, you're going to see a higher bounce rate. People's attention span is going down. There's so much content to consume, so it's important that you are following these guidelines here. We offer you more information. We tell you why you should care. If you see a red bar for any of the modules, which you can toggle between here. So now I'm on subheading distribution, transition words, overall post length, reading ease. We offer you guidelines in one place to make sure you're on track. Okay. The next thing to show you within the SEO Scanner to support you in writing effective SEO content is originality. Okay, so we touched on it before. So firstly, you have to write at least 300 words to actually be indexed on a search engine results page. So it's really, really important that you do that. And in this case, you have to write, we're being told we have to write 13 more words to unlock this feature. I'm going to return to the editor. And just for the sake of efficiency for those watching, I'm just going to add another few words there. Quite rightly, the SEO Scanner is saying you shouldn't be doing that. But that will mean I've now hit the threshold for seeing 300 words and can assess how original my content is. So and I've hit assess and here you are. So straight away, what the tool is now saying, and it's flagging, is where you've taken content from and exactly in a percentage how much content you've taken from other sources. If you remember, we saved 3 articles into our board, meaning, unsurprisingly, we've got 3 results that are being displayed right now. 26.3% from this source here. And if you click on view details, doesn't load. Let's try another one. Let's try this one here. Great. So it takes us to one of the sources we used. And if you remember, we took one from Pros and Cons of Outsourcing Your Business Controller Services. And it tells you where you've actually drawn inspiration from. Now, this is essential because you cannot, in good SEO content, just take a load of content from another place and plagiarize. So this works as the stabilizers to your bike in saying, right, make sure you're not overdoing it and overcooking it from other places. And we offer you a scoring system of how you're doing again. Again, you want everything to green, fully green, before you can publish. Okay, so that is in effect everything within the post section. The next part is obviously publishing the content. So I hit publish. It will tell me if I want to connect to Zapier or WordPress. Obviously, this would be a section we would cover in account setup. But what I want to do now is quickly summarize the tool, and then I want to move over to the very quick demonstration of the content strategy side of things. You're probably thinking, great, Inflo helps me create content in terms of end-to-end journey, but I'm actually really struggling with content strategy. And how do I know my primary keywords are data backed? How do I know people are searching for those things? And how do I know I've got a strategy that makes any sense? So to start with, the summary of here is, as you can see, this is very much an all-in-one tool to help you create content fast, efficiently, and hopefully better. And as in terms of the summary, you've got account settings where in terms of setup, your newsfeed helps you find content based on your keywords and primary keywords efficiently. Your boards are there to organize what you're writing. And you can have as many boards as you want and name them what you want. And then posts is there to help you draft, to help you write. And you've got the inbuilt SEO scanner and content scanner to make sure you are on the right track. And then finally hitting publish. Okay, so if Gene allows me to do one final part of this demonstration, I actually want to click and open this tab here. And as you can see, I quite like my tabs. Anyway, so what this is, and what we provide to every single customer we work with to get you started is a content growth plan. Now, this is really important. When we work with any single user who wants to grow online, which is a lot of businesses, we first ask them to complete our welcome form. Now, a welcome form is there to collect inputs and understand the focus for you as a business. So if you're an accountancy firm and you want to be selling more services around R&D tax credits or business consultancy or whatever it is, those inputs are absolutely essential, as you can imagine, to the setup of your account and your content strategy. So what this tab here is are the keywords that we receive in account setup. Could be 20, could be 50, could be hundreds. We take those keywords, and the second thing we do is then suggest keywords for you. Okay, so tab 2 now are your keyword suggestions. Now, these are data backed, and what we've done here, which we do for every single customer, is suggest keywords. So how does that work? Well, let's just say you submitted 20 in your welcome form. We would then use our technology, proprietary technology, to then find many more opportunities for you to write and rank online. So in this case, we've increased the number of keywords by 4,000%. We found 1,000 keywords for you to target. Fantastic. And we've organized the different keywords into primary keywords, in this case, startup funding, and then provided a list of secondary keywords as well. And as I scroll down, I won't be going through every single one, what will happen next is you'll see another blue primary keyword. So that's your primary keyword there. And then the list goes on, as you can see. That research shouldn't scare you because we now help you and assist you where you should get started. Before that, we show you a ranking. So online rankings, once we've got your welcome form completed, we will tell you based on the keywords you have provided how you're doing. So we will provide you, as you can see in column C, sadly, I'm not sadly, but I'm sat in London here. So for those, this does unfortunately say UK, but that can be changed, no worries. Includes search volume, so how many people are searching for that on a monthly basis. Useful to know, and more importantly to know is what is your position on Google, in the first 10 pages of Google, for the keyword that you want to target, okay? Okay, so that's a snapshot. So just a quick summary is this is the welcome section, collected your keywords. We then suggested keywords, both primary and secondary, and opportunities for you to rank. This is your ranking snapshot, which we provide the data to you on a monthly basis. So if you need more, and then finally give you in one place the keywords you should get started with. So as an example, we will say here are in this case 4 primary keywords. Keyword suggestion number 1, 2, 3, and 4. And for each of your primary keywords, for example, startup, recruiting, and HR, what we've done and what we do for every business is then provide suggested post titles. So I'm writing an article about startup, recruiting, and HR because I want to be found for startup, recruiting, and HR. Great. We then say, here are 4 or 5 titles to get you started. You can guess what happens here. You can then use these titles, open up Inflo, jump to your posts, and use that as a title to get started. And then from there, you can guess, you can jump into your newsfeed, find the relevant primary keyword, find inspiration, and get writing. So just to sort of end with, and excuse me to jump between tabs there, is Yes, we provide you the platform access to help you make the content process much more efficient, to power your organic. But we also give you the strategy, and that's those two coming together is why we know and can help businesses of different shapes and sizes. Gene, that is pretty much everything I have to say. What I'd love to do is, if there's questions, time for questions, I've probably covered things at a pace. Some pace. So I'm aware of any questions that might come my way. So I'd love to open up the floor, or whatever it is, Gene, you think is best. But hopefully that gives you an insight to what we do here at Inflo.
It gave a very deep insight, incredibly well illustrated, and very inspiring to see as well. I've seen the demo before some weeks back, and it was just equally engaging this time. And I think what you've created is truly remarkable and could be useful to many marketing teams and content creators out there. So thank you for that great walkthrough. And so first off, it looks like we have a question from the crowd. When you make keyword suggestions, how do you manage the level of competition to rank for a particular word?
Good question. For a particular word. So what we do is first take your primary inputs and then recommend secondary ones. What we then do based on your suggested secondary keywords is look at your competition, look at your blog and what you're writing about to identify content opportunities. Now within then suggesting the keywords, what we then look at is the search volume, which is one indicator, and then after that, what we do is then suggest a number just in case there is too much competition in one area, but it will be specific to you because we are looking at your competition. We're taking your inputs, and your focus will be different to other businesses' focus, to make sure the suggested keywords are relevant and bespoke to you. And we suggest a number of both primary and secondary keywords to make sure you have the maximum opportunity to rank online. And this really then falls in the Get Started tab, where the suggestions for you are prioritized, and they're prioritized based on understanding your focus. So for example, if your focus is to boost traffic to your site, or it's to optimize for inquiries, that will be different, and that will be different to the next business. So it's extremely personalized to you as the answer, and tailored to you, and not just giving you a whole big list that everyone else is trying to be ranked is trying to rank for. It's about your focus as a business. What is it you're trying to sell right now, which is the primary part of the welcome form. Then taking those inputs to give you primary suggestions and secondary suggestions, which are relevant to you and not everyone, shall we say. Hopefully that's an answer there.
Yeah, I think that's a great answer. If you still have more curiosity about the question, feel free to type a follow-up in the Q&A tab. A couple of other questions that come up that are not in there. One just around a feature with the images, where you're adding images to a post. Can you upload your own images, or are you restricted to the Pexel library?
Great question. And that on me too, I can show you that right now. So hopefully you can see my screen. If I go into posts, open up the draft post we are working on, here is where you can upload from Pexel. Here you can use the Pexels. As I say, you can search for what you want. And on the right here, potentially tucked away, is the upload from your computer. And we can support anything up to 1 meg. Okay.
Perfect. Fantastic. And then another high-level question that came up was around pricing. How does pricing work if you want to engage with Inflo?
Yeah, great. So what I might do is, if you don't mind, open up a little presentation here.
Sure.
Can you see my screen all right?
Yes.
Great. So here it is. These are the packages. So we have 2 packages. We have the light package, which is $149 a month. And then we have a professional package, which is $499 a month. And here is all the kind of features and functionality you get for each. If we run through light, light is really for smaller in-house 1-2 man marketing teams. Typical sort of tasks includes brochures, collateral, social media, blogging, everything, like most startups. But what you get for that is unlimited users. So many users you need. Even if there's people in the non-marketing part of the business that need it, fine, get them on too. In the remote working, I can imagine there's people who want to probably have more time for blogging than they probably wouldn't have before. That also includes unlimited source requests. So if you remember in account settings, I was adding sources in that section. You also get the growth guide, which was the strategy thing, the strategy document we talked through in the Google Sheets, excuse me. That includes various parts. So that's the recommendations of keywords, back to the other question. And that includes the ranking snapshot, the post title recommendations, which was the fourth tab under each primary keyword. It also includes content summaries, the Seo Scanner, and pretty much everything you've seen. The difference between Lite and Pro is actually the amount of strategy that we can do with Professional. So you get with Professional an account manager. We help you write your first few posts. We set up Google Analytics for you as well. We do more training sessions, and that's kind of the difference there. So there's a Lite and Pro, and obviously I can send this information on to Eugene and distribute it, whatever you need, to whoever wants it, and we make sure whatever needs answering can be answered. But there's a quick snapshot.
No, that's fantastic. And so in both plans, you have unlimited users. You just get a lot more support and engagement and strategy with Pro.
That's right. More strategy. Yeah, exactly right. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Fantastic. And then let's see, any other questions that came up? Do you ever work, for those on the line that might be part of an agency, do you ever work with an agency where the agency is integrating this into their strategy for their clients?
Great question. Really good question. So agencies, we work in two ways, really. Agencies across sectors, which is always typical. The agency uses it for the client, so on the behalf of the client, and they buy multiple subscriptions because the keyword setup is different. So we've got one agency who works in insurance. They work across insurance, tech, betting, a few others as well. So they're using it. The content manager within the agency is using it for those clients. The other way is we have seen is agencies recommend this to their client as well and say, we have an AI partner, or there's a great way you can create it yourself. Obviously the agency will know what is the best setup for their client. So we work with a lot of agencies here in the UK to support their clients being more efficient.
Fantastic. So I think that answers all the questions that I had that were not within the tab. Any other questions from the group today or from the panelists? Well, Adam, I want to thank you again for just a great and inspiring presentation. Look forward to following up. For those of you on the line that are not CommerceBlend members, be sure to sign up at commerceblend.com. And then also we will post today's recording on the CommerceBlend website. So those who are unable to attend will receive email notification and can still get some residual benefit from this. So thank you for spending time with the group today. And we look forward to following up. I'll certainly follow up with you offline. Adam, thank you again for a great job today. Thanks, Gene. Thanks everyone who's listened, and those in the US have a lovely afternoon and a nice weekend. Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate it. Have a great weekend, everybody. Stay safe.